Tea Time Under the Blue Sky. This is the name of artist Alka Mathur's ongoing exhibition at Delhi's Bikaner House. The artist has interestingly used tea bags in a majority of her artworks. Watch on. Promotion of tea gladdens hearts, especially in Assam and other tea-growing states of the country, as a rise in demand unquestionably helps the thousands of people involved in the tea industry. However, few can fathom of the way chosen by artist Alka Mathur, whose art exhibition, Tea Time Under the Blue Sky, is being held at New Delhi's Bikaner House from the 17th to the 30th of November. Inaugurated by art aficionado Padma Bhushan Rajiv Sethi, Alka's works uses a surfeit of tea bags and natural color from tea, apart from natural dyes, minerals, a variety of interesting embellishments, and katha work on handmade paper and cloth. The sky, earth, landscape, sea, map are all subjects which are beautifully painted, colored with minerals and dyes, embellished and stitched upon to create beautiful pieces of art. The small used tea bags too have become pieces of art as the artist has opened them, taken out the tea, dried them and used them to write her personal diary and even everyday to-do lists.
I'm a person who loves nature and I'm always observing little details of the textures, the skies, the clouds, the earth, the water, patterns. So out of that interest came my interest in the medium. So the medium that I wanted to use was also something I wanted to be natural. So then I discovered the natural dyes in a workshop and have actually been experimenting with that, going to various professional dyers to learn from them, keep reading a lot about it myself. And the tea came from natural dyes because I was looking for a color that I'm using every day in my life, which is also associated with my own life, and at the same time it's a color and a texture. So tea came into my life and I started using the color of tea on paper, but now I actually use the used tea bags to write my daily thoughts or journals.
Alka passed out from the JJ School of Arts, Mumbai in 1979 and is very widely travelled. In fact, she says that many of her works are inspired from looking down on the earth from the window seats of the flights she has taken. Her impressive works drew in many art lovers on the inaugural day, including Union Home Secretary Rajiv Mehershi. On the subsequent days too, visitors pouring in are effusive in their praise and wonderment at the use of tea bags.
I've yet to come across such an unique exhibition. Alka Mathur's work is extremely beautiful, and the way she has written her journals in tea bags, that is indeed very interesting and captivating.
Art critic Rajiv Sethi, who has curated hundreds of art exhibitions too, has nothing but praise for the works, saying that they touched his heart and reminded him of his childhood.
Alka ji's creativity comes from an extremely intuitive feminine self, which I can't see men ever do. Their point of references are different.
Alka herself is happy with the appreciation. She, however, goes on to give credit to and thank her sponsors, saying that it is pertinent for corporates to come forward and sponsor art and culture, without which these finer aspects of life would find it hard to thrive.
Because I have been working with tea, I would also like to mention here that Brook Bond has been supporting me. They supported me in my last exhibition also in 2012, which I had at the Visual Art Gallery. And this time again they have come to support me, which has really been a big help. And so has Vodafone and Tata's. So without all these people supporting, it's very difficult for an artist to mount an exhibition of this kind.
The beating retreat ceremony at the Tripura-Bangladesh border is worth a visit. Though omitting the aggressive posturing which draw in loud cheers at the Wagah border ceremony, the Tripura-Bangladesh version, which reflects the friendlier relation India has with Bangladesh, has started drawing in many visitors. Our report. The beating retreat, also called the lowering of the flag ceremony between India and Bangladesh, which takes place every evening at 5 p.m. at the Agartala-Akhaura border, is a treat to watch. It is on a much friendlier level than the ceremony at the Wagah border in Punjab, wherein there is much aggressive posturing by both the Border Security Force of India and the Pakistan Rangers. The Wagah border ceremony, which has been going on since 1959, draws in thousands of visitors on either side every day. The Agartala-Akhaura border ceremony too has started drawing in visitors on both sides. To give a further fillip to the ceremony, the Union Tourism Ministry has sanctioned Rs 18 crore to build infrastructure including viewers gallery, mini stadium, cafeteria, etc. at the venue. The work has been undertaken by Tripura's PWD. The building of permanent structure will definitely help to increase footfall, as today visitors of both sides either stand or sit in plastic chairs which are brought to the spot every day before the ceremony by the security personnel.
বাংলাদেশের সাথে আমাদের যে আখাউড়া বর্ডার এটার ডেভেলপমেন্টের জন্য আমরা কাজ করছি, কারণ আমরা দেখেছি পাকিস্তানের যাতে যে বর্ডার আছে ওয়াগা, এটাতে প্রচুর মানুষ এখানে দেখতে যান। এটা একটা প্রায় পর্যটন ক্ষেত্র হিসেবে তৈরি হয়েছে, হাজার হাজার মানুষ যান। পাকিস্তানের সাথে ভারতবর্ষের যা সম্পর্ক তার থেকে অনেক বেশি ভালো সম্পর্ক আমাদের বাংলাদেশের সাথে, সুতরাং এখানে এটা আরও ভালো হতে পারে। সেই জন্য আমরা চিন্তা করে একটা প্রজেক্ট তৈরি করেছি, এখানে মানুষ যাতে আসলে পরে বসতে পারে, একটু অবসর গ্রহণ করতে পারে, কিছু দরকার লাগলে সংগ্রহ করতে পারে।
The ceremony in itself starts off with the BSF of India and the Border Guards of Bangladesh or BGB marching in. Many women BSF personnel are also refreshingly part of the ceremony. Cries of Bharat Mata Ki Jai and Joy Bangla rent the air even as the security personnel lower the flags of their respective countries and shake hands with each other. The security personnel and people of both Bangladesh and India vouch that the starting of beating retreat ceremony at this border of India and Bangladesh has proved to be a tourist attraction and helped a lot in strengthening friendly ties and interaction between people.
আমাদের মধ্যে রিলেশন অনেক ভালো হয়েছে এবং আমাদের মধ্যে অনেক সুসম্পর্ক। আমরা বুঝতে পারি না যে আমরা দুই দেশের লোক এইভাবে যে আমরা পতাকা নামাই, আমরা মনে হয় যে আমরা একই রাষ্ট্রে একই কোম্পানি একই ব্যাটালিয়নের লোক পতাকা নামাচ্ছি।
It was really good. This is the first time I'm seeing this with my family. We have heard lots about the Bhaga borders and all of that. I didn't have the opportunity to go visit all of those, but this is the first time when I had the opportunity to see something similar to that. I'm exploring it to the most.
Next to the beating retreat site is the international standard integrated check post including passenger terminal and customs for people who travel from India to Bangladesh. The Agartala-Akhaura check post is the second largest trading point between India and Bangladesh. Kala Utsav, a festival of art, music and dance which concluded in Delhi recently, drew in participation from school children from across India, including from schools of the Northeast. Watch some glimpses of our coverage here. A cultural festival of music, dance, art and theatre, Kala Utsav 2016, organized by the Ministry of Human Resource Development in Siri Fort, New Delhi from the 15th to 18th of November, brought in many troops of dancers and singers from the Northeast. Altogether 1,346 participants, all students of senior secondary schools from across 35 states of the country came together and put up performances in the event, which was essentially a competition with prize money of Rs 1,25,000 as first prize, Rs 75,000 as second prize, and Rs 50,000 as third prize. Unfortunately, students from the Northeast could not win any prize here, but their dances and songs left a mark as usual. This is the Solakia war dance of Mizoram. this is Lai Harauba from Manipur, which is essentially a dance invoking forest deities. And this is Tripura's famous dance of balance, the Hojagiri.
We make lots of friends, we learn many things, and it is a good opportunity for us to make our culture more popular.
We have really enjoyed in this Kala Utsav competition. Our team, we have participated, we have competed in the visual art, dance, song and theater competition. And we have really enjoyed this Kala Utsav competition, and it is a great event, and we have learned a lot here at the national capital. I like to tell the youth that let us uphold unity and diversity of this great country, and let us not do drugs, avoid tobacco, and let's uphold peace for this country.
Like the youth of the Northeast, youngsters from other states of the country too said that they had learnt a lot about the Northeast through this festival.
मैंने असम, नागालैंड, सिक्किम, अरुणाचल प्रदेश उन सब से अब उनकी कल्चर के बारे में और उनका डांस है जो उनसे सब चीज़ सीखा है.
Well friends, we have to wind up the episode here as we've absolutely run out of our episode time. Check out the names of our contest winners before we bid adieu. For our contest section, we had asked, what is the Bru community who are natives of Tripura called? The answer is Riang, and the winners are Abigail Mar from Kolasib, Mizoram, Adina Luwang from Imphal, Manipur, and Toto Sukhalu from Dimapur, Nagaland. Congratulations winners, we will recharge your mobile phones with ₹1,000 each. Viewers who wish to win similar recharges from us have to answer a very simple contest question. Name the artist whose exhibition, Tea Time Under the Blue Sky, was covered in our episode today. Rush your entries to youth_folio@yahoo.com. You could also SMS to 99540 24434. You can watch our episode in YouTube also. Don't forget to tune in to Youth Folio again next Thursday at 7:30 p.m. on DD Northeast. Until then, goodbye and take care.